Hi, I'm Matias, Success and Transformational Coach, and I am here bringing you secret number 2 in the 6-part series of Your Transformation, 6 Steps and Secrets to Creating More Happiness and Success. So last week we talked about desire, and I'm hoping you took the time to journal and write down the things that were important to you that are in your heart and really connecting deep within, because your desires are completely unique to you. So it's important to be aware of what those desires are, because you can't begin to do anything else until you identify what those desires are. So this week I want to talk to you about how to bring those desires into reality. And there's 2 critical components to doing that. And so this week's secrets are your choices and your environment. So you want to begin to pay attention to the choices that you're making. Are the choices that you're making putting you in a place of being in alignment with those desires? So sometimes what can happen is you have a desire, but then you're not making the choices that support that desire coming into your external reality. So I want you to spend this week maybe journaling about the choices that you're making and looking at, are these choices in alignment with my desires? So for example, if a desire is for you to be more healthy, then what are the choices that you're making that support that desire? Are you taking time to go to the gym? Are you setting up accountability and support? Perhaps you need to hire a health coach. And the food choices are huge, and that kind of leads us into the next part, which is your environment. So is your environment cultivating the desire that you have? If you think of your desire like a seed and you're planting it in your environment, if you are longing to be more healthy, is your kitchen and what's in your refrigerator supporting and cultivating that desire for greater health? So just think about all the different desires. So if you have a desire to travel, see my doggy in the background. So if you have a desire to travel, maybe right at this point you don't have the finances to do that kind of traveling. But if you spend time once a week visioning and maybe spending $5 on a travel magazine, or even going on the internet and looking at different things, you're fertilizing the desire that you have. So there's desires that you can certainly take action on today to get your choices and your environment into alignment with that desire, to begin bringing that into your reality. But sometimes, in this case of, like, say, traveling, for example, you might not be able to go and book your trip to, Greece or wherever it is you're desiring to go. So, but you still want to be nurturing that desire. You don't want to just let it go and not be taking action steps that are supporting the desire. So that's what I'm really talking to you about today, is taking the action steps that support that. So in your environment with the travel situation could be that you spend several times a week visioning and maybe even making a vision board of a menu of places that you want to travel to. And you can do that pretty inexpensively by getting maybe $20 or $50 worth of travel magazines and cutting things out, and just, preparation is really the key. So expecting things, like thinking about, like, if you plant a seed in the garden and you cultivate it and you nurture it and you put it in the right environment and you make choices that are supporting the preparation of the seed blossoming into something, because we talked a little bit about that last week, then that expectation that you have, or that excitement, will help to cultivate that desire coming into reality. So before we go, I just want to talk a little bit with you about your environment. And by that I mean, are you in an energy of, like, constriction and contraction and, like, I've got to get this done and I've got to get that done, and it creates a lot of stress. And so it's really critical for you to be more in your feminine energy. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, we all have this energy that is like the energy of allowing. And so that's what I mean when I talk about the feminine energy and the energy of letting things unfold. Sometimes we hold so tightly to what we think is supposed to happen, or we map everything out and we're like, okay, it's going to happen this way. And this is something that has recently happened for me with my telesummit that took place, and I envisioned things taking place in a certain way. And some things have happened recently that have been a delightful surprise. And so I really realized this past week that I need to remember more often, and this is a reminder for you as well, to allow space to expect the unexpected. So, I think it's really cool because the universe wants to surprise us with things. So if we have this vision of how it's supposed to look, and it doesn't unfold that way, we can get into that energy of contraction, like, gosh, this isn't happening and that's not happening and so on. And if we don't stay in that energy of flow and trust, we can block things from coming to us. And so trying to stay in that energy of, it's not unfolding the way that I thought it was going to, but it's still unfolding, and I'm willing to allow surprise to take place in my life and excitement to take place in my life, then you can really end up with some incredible things coming into your field of desire. And so in mapping out your desires, I just want to remind you to take time to allow the unexpected to show up and surprise you. It might be bigger than your greatest desire. And I know I've heard Joe Vitale say this before, that when he sets an intention, and I do the same thing as well, is you map things out and you have to take inspired action. That's very critical to bringing things into reality. But you want to say this or something better. And that's something that I learned from Joe Vitale. So it's really great if you can map out your desires and say this or something better. Imagine if you were desiring to do the traveling like I've used as an example this week and last, and you say, I want to go to Greece, but imagine if you say this and something better, and something comes up where maybe there's a package that's on a really incredible sale, and you end up being in Greece and Italy. Would that be so bad? So just remember to allow time for the unexpected. And this week I really want to challenge you to take this week between now and next Monday's video and take a look at your environment and journal what needs to change. What do you need to pay attention to? Again, if we go back to the health thing, do you need to change what's in your kitchen so you're in a more supportive environment? Do you need to spend more time in your feminine energy, visioning and imagining the desire coming into reality? Because I think a lot of people get blocked there. So, and then also I want you to pay attention to your choices. Ask yourself, is this choice aligned with the desire that I am longing to create? So those are the two things that I'm challenging you to take a look at this week, is choices and environment, because everything is a choice. So, do you need to clean up your environment to be more supportive? Do you need to have more order in your house? And, whatever it is that's going to cultivate the desire coming into reality. So now that you've identified the desire, the challenge for this week is for you to take a look at your environment and make sure it's in alignment with the desire you're seeking to have come into reality. And also looking at your choices and seeing, are my choices on a daily basis supporting the desire that I want to have come into my life? And then the last little bonus challenge is for you to get into that energy of allowing the unexpected to show up, like allowing yourself to be surprised and delighted by whatever it is that is wanting to show up for you. Instead of being in that contracted energy of blocking, stay in the energy of, I wonder what excitement will happen today. So if you wake up every day and say, I wonder what excitement will happen today, or how can this get any better? Those are the kinds of questions that cultivate miracles in your life. And that is exactly what I want for you. So again, I'm Rebecca Matias, your success and transformational coach. And this is video and secret number 2 in the Your Transformation 6 Steps to Creating More Success and Happiness in Your Life. Thank you so much for taking a look at my video today and being here with me to learn and create together. And I look forward to sending you next week's video. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I look forward to hearing all about what your choices and environment changes need to be. And make sure you leave your comments in the box below so that I can see what you're up to and help to support you along this 6-week journey of transformation. Thanks a lot, everyone. Again, Rebecca Matias. Take care and have a great day.